Good morning, students. As you know, in the previous two chapters, we discussed about the matters. In the first chapter, we came to know about different states of matter. And the second chapter, we came across the purity of matter, whether matter around us pure or not. And there we came to know about suspension, colloids, and the solutions. Now, it's time to move towards another interesting topic, that is structure of atom. Now you must be wondering that why we are going to study about atoms. So let me tell you that atoms are the building blocks of matter. It means that as the bricks combine to make a wall, similarly the atoms combine together to make matter. So every matter that you see around us in this universe is consists of atoms. Atoms themselves consist of electrons, protons and neutrons. And we will look their respective position in the atoms. And this respective position is the structure of atom. But before moving towards the structure of atom, let us first visualize a very physical situation which will help you to understand the structure of atom in a far better way. And this physical situation is solar system. I know you all must be knowing about the structure of solar system. In the center there is sun, and the different planets, they revolve around the sun in their respective orbits. Similarly, in the structure of atom you will find that in the center there is a nucleus, and around the nucleus in different orbits, or you can say shells, the electrons revolve as well as rotate, just as the planets revolve and rotate around the sun. This revolution of the planets around the sun is similar to revolution of the electrons around the nucleus. And the rotation of planet on its own axis is similar to rotation of electron on its own axis. And this rotation of electron on its own axis is called as electron spin. Let us try to understand the structure of atom with the help of a suitable diagram. Now, as you can see in this diagram that in the center there is a nucleus which contains protons and neutrons in it. And around this nucleus in different orbits, or you can say shells. So these are the orbits or shell. These orbits or shells are just like the different layers of onion. So in different orbits or shells, different number of electrons revolve as well as rotate. And I must tell you here that every orbit or shell has a different capacity of electrons, different number of electrons. So in the center there is a nucleus. And these are the different orbits, or we can say shells. So atom consists of nucleus. In the nucleus there is proton, neutron and electron revolve around the nucleus in their respective orbits. Here electrons, protons and neutrons, they are subatomic particles. Means they are contained in the atoms. Electrons are negatively charged particles. Electrons are negatively charged particles. Negatively charged. And protons are positively charged particles. Positively charged particles. And neutrons are uncharged or neutral. Neutral means they are uncharged, they do not have any charge. So can you imagine this situation very much similar to the society? And here I must tell you that the behavior of atoms, they are very much similar to the behavior of humans in the society. How? As you can see, it contains electrons, protons and neutrons. Electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and neutrons are neutral or uncharged. In the same way, you will find in a society that there are some humans, those are negative in nature, the bad guys, those who always do something which is harmful to the society. And then there comes the positive, the proton, the positively charged, the good guys, those do something useful to the society. And then there are something like neutrons, the neutral persons, those are neither positive nor negative, they are just neutral in the society. In the same way, the atom contains electrons, protons and neutrons. And here I must tell you that the atoms, in any atom, the number of electrons equals to number of protons. And in this way, the overall atom is electrically neutral. Because when the number of electron equals to number of protons, means when negative charge equals to positive charge, atoms becomes electrically neutral. So I can say that in any atom, number of electron equals to number of protons. That is, atom is electrically neutral. And similarly, the society as a whole is neutral. It consists of good guys, the bad guys, but ultimately the society is balanced at all. Now, as in a society, when the number of bad guys increases, society becomes somewhat negative. When the number of good guys increases, the society becomes somewhat positive. In the same way, if the number of electrons in an atom becomes more than number of protons, the atom becomes the negatively charged. And similar way, if the number of protons are more than the number of electrons, then the atom becomes positive charged. The negatively charged atom is called as anion, and the positively charged atom is called as cation. So this is for the day.